Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Sunday frequency meditation. I hope we've all had a great week. And tonight we're going to go into, we just had Valentine's Day, and so we've had that definition about what love is. And tonight we're just going to go into a different definition, a different perspective, and bringing in love without collapsing. So let's just take a breath in right now, noticing where we are. And just gathering here at the end of the week that's already unfolded in its own rhythm, carrying moments of closeness, conversation, maybe reflection, maybe perhaps there's quiet longing that happened. And if you're listening to this on a recording, it doesn't matter. But just review your last week. And tonight, it's an invitation into a lived experience of love. One where it feels steady, it's clear, it's whole. It's that type of love that opens the heart while keeping you fully present inside yourself. It's very different than how some other people have interpreted what love is supposed to mean. Just as we settle here, let's take a breath in, really noticing the air coming into your lungs. And we're going to allow this to be very simple. There's nothing to achieve here. What we do as we go through this transmission will come to you an unfolding awareness of what love really feels like when you remain intact, grounded, living inside your own center and not merging into another person's field. All under the definition of this is love. It's not. So just noticing where you are right now. Notice that there's a place where your body meets the surface beneath you. Depends if you're lying down right now, walking, sitting. Just bring awareness there. Let's just linger there for a moment. Feel that contact. Feel how that surface already holds you. There's no effort in being held. Your weight just settles naturally, and as it settles, something inside you begins to soften. So stay with that softening as we breathe in. And just let that spread slowly through your hips or legs, through the back of your body, the base of your spine. Just notice how the ground is not asking you to change, it just simply supports you. From that support, feel the gentle rise through your spine. You're not making it rise. You're noticing that it rises. There's a quiet lift that happens when you feel supported, so that just let that lift be there. The chest begins to open in response, not pushed forward, just simply widening as breath moves in and out. So the breath has its own rhythm. And again, you're meeting it, you're not controlling it. And this is the beginning of steadiness as we breathe in again. So now let's bring into awareness that feeling of caring about someone. It might be a friend, a partner, a child, a parent, a dog. Just let the image or sense of them appear softly for you right now. And just notice what happens in your body when care is present. Stay curious. Does the chest warm? Does the breath change? Has your posture shifted even slightly? There's no need to adjust anything. Just simply feel what naturally happens when love comes into the room. You may notice a subtle leaning forward in energy, like a reaching quality that wants to move towards the other person. Just notice it. Feel how that leaning feels in your chest, your shoulders. And then gently return your awareness to the place where your body meets the ground. Feel that contact again. Feel that support. Let your weight settle once more. And notice what happens to that leaning when your center feels grounded. Love can stay. The warmth in your chest can remain, and your body can still stay balanced at the same time. So feel both. Experience it. It's not the mind. We're not using the mind right now. We're experiencing it. The warmth of caring and the steadiness of your own center. Giving permission, if you like, to let them coexist. Let's stay here long enough to sense the difference between reaching and radiating. Reaching moves outward in a narrow line. Radiating expands in all directions, while your center remains calm and steady. We'll just go into a transmission where you're feeling that warmth in the heart while remaining rooted in your own center. And just observe. Just as this transmission moves through, just feel the roots beneath you deepen. Maybe imagine energy flowing down from your spine into the ground, anchoring you gently, securely, and at the same time, feel the warmth in your chest expanding outwards, like sunlight. The two movements happen together, downward and outward, grounded and open. There's no conflict between them. This is love and wholeness. And bring that image of the person you care about back into awareness. Notice how your heart responds. Feel the warmth again. This time, let your attention stay partly in your own body. So feel your feet or hips on the ground. Feel your breath moving steadily. Notice how love feels when your attention includes yourself as well as the other. There's a fullness here. You're not disappearing, you're present. You're remaining the main character in your own show. There may have become times in your life when loving felt like losing your shape. You adjusted yourself to keep the connection smooth. You softened your truth just to avoid tension. Trying to hold everything together just so nothing would fall apart. Just notice how that pattern feels in your body when you remember it. Maybe there's a tightening in the chest or throat. Maybe the breath becomes smaller. Just simply observe what happens when that loving of someone else, at the same time, you started to diminish your own self. Now return to the ground, feel the support. Let the breath widen again. Allow your spine to rise naturally. Again, we're observing. We're noticing how our body feels when we remain steady while caring. That warmth in your chest, it becomes clear. It's less strained. It feels like a glow rather than a pull. You're here. You're solid. Love flows from a place that includes you. So we'll just bring this in for you in silence. Really strengthening that sense of self while staying connected to someone else. And just noticing your spine. And sense the space around your body. Just noticing the gentle outline of your presence. Almost as if you're standing inside a soft, invisible sphere that fits you exactly. It's not tight, it's not loose, it just simply matches your true shape. So as we breathe in and we're coming into the center point of our brain, that sphere, the left side of the brain, the right side, and then just staying here centered. In our next breath, let's expand that sphere so it's all around your body with a little bit outside your body, maybe an inch. All around you. And you in the center of this sphere, in the center of your body. Again, matching your true shape. This rim outside, an inch around, it's not a protection. It's a filter system. It filters what you permit to come inside your sphere. So noticing that, how you feel when you have total control, containing yourself within yourself, being able to regulate what comes within. Feel how your breath moves inside that sphere. Feel how your spine rises naturally, almost as if there's a quiet string. It's lifting the crown of your head upwards while your feet rest steadily on the ground. And from within these clear edges, your heart continues to radiate warmth. Love begins to feel less like something you have to reach for, more like something that naturally flows outwards from your center. It's a very different sensation in the body when love is flowing compared to when love is being chased. When love is chased, the chest leans forward slightly and the breath becomes expectant. When love flows, the chest stays open and the breath remains steady. So let's now do this. Breathing in, noticing your spine, noticing your spine, noticing that sphere in the center of your head, and then how that expands outwards into the sphere around your body. You centered in the middle. Noticing that filter system around your sphere. And now gently bring to your mind a time when you adjusted yourself in order to keep a relationship comfortable. When you compromised maybe your beliefs, your values, your wants, just to keep the relationship comfortable. Maybe there's a time when you could sense that other person pushing into you, but you permitted it to keep the relationship comfortable, to keep that person comfortable, but not you comfortable. Maybe you softened your truth. Maybe you agreed more quickly than you really felt. Maybe you changed your tone, your humor, your opinion, because you sensed tension and you just wanted to smooth it over. So as you remember this, stay inside your body, in your sphere. Notice what happens in your spine. Notice your breath. Often there's a small contradiction. The shoulders pull forward just a little. Stomach tightens. This is the nervous system organizing around safety. Believe that preserving the connection is more important than expressing the authentic self. Wow. So it edits you. It trims the edges of your personality. It lowers the volume of your preferences. It reshapes your voice. A couple of series ago on the 2 weeks, we went through the body and how the body is always communicating to you when you're compromising your authentic self through the stomach, through the spine, through your gut, whatever it is. But anyways, in the app, you can listen to it. Another breath in. So this edited version of you may appear kind, easygoing, agreeable, maybe even charming on some days. Yet inside there is effort. The body has to hold the adjustment in place. The mind must monitor those reactions. The heart must measure how much of itself is allowed to show. So what happens over time is create subtle exhaustion. Because you're maintaining a persona than standing in your own natural structure. What happens is the other person connects with the version you're presenting. They respond to the agreeable version, the polished version, the careful version. And even if that interaction feels peaceful, something inside you knows that your full shape was not present. You compromised. There's a quiet split between who you are and who you are performing. And feel that split clearly, just for a moment, without judgment. You may feel like you're holding your breath slightly. You may feel that like tension in the throat. You may feel like a small distance between your chest and your voice. This is what happens when authenticity is sacrificed to avoid conflict or uncertainty. And although on the surface the relationship may remain stable, it lacks depth, because depth requires a presence of the real self. True intimacy, true love, can only grow where truth is allowed to stand upright. So we give away ourselves to invest in a relationship that's not authentic. That's never going to bring what you're seeking. Because the you that's seeking is not the one that's being presented. So now return to your awareness to that vertical line running through your body, from the crown of your head right down through your spine into the earth. Let that line become bright and steady. Feel how it supports you. Allow your breath to widen. Allow your shoulders to settle. And let's imagine that same conversation again, yet this time, you remain fully in your own shape. You listen carefully, yet your spine stays tall. You speak honestly, yet your tone remains warm. If there's an agreement, it feels genuine. If there's a disagreement, it actually feels clean rather than threatening. Your body doesn't collapse, your breath doesn't shrink. You remain rooted while expressing your truth, your authentic self. And just notice how different that feels inside your chest. There's more space, it's less strain. Even if the moment contains vulnerability, there's coherence. And it's not from the mind level, it's the nervous system senses alignment between what you feel and what you express. This alignment creates a calm strength. And when you remain authentic, you allow the relationship to unfold accordingly to real resonance rather than fear. And that's when some people will feel drawn closer because your clarity feels safe, it's grounded. Whereas others may step back because your authenticity doesn't match the persona they expected. So that movement is information for you. It reveals compatibility. So it filters naturally for you. You just need to observe the movement. Another deep breath in. Really feel your heart radiating again from within your clear edges. Warmth spreads outwards while your vertical line remains luminous, steady. And you actually can care very deeply while remaining fully yourself. You have that luxury now. You can allow emotion without dissolving into it. You can allow differences without shrinking. That expression, let's just agree to disagree. And you can allow tenderness for those of you who find it very difficult to be vulnerable because it was never the authentic self. Now you can allow tenderness without losing strength. This is love that includes you. It doesn't require you to disappear in order to belong. So let's just bring this through. Really integrating authentic love as steady, coherent presence. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And as this final transmission spreads through your field, sense the vertical line through your body as it's an axis of clarity. It connects the sky above you and the earth beneath you through your own spine. And around this axis, your heart glows, warmly expands outwards like sunlight spreading across a landscape. And stay with this combined sensation of steadiness and radiance. You're rooted and open, you're strong and gentle. Mm-hmm. For some of you, you've gotten that, yeah, of course, why not? What was I thinking before? That's good. Hang on to that. Be that. And imagine now, let's do this. Take a breath in. Notice you in your body in the middle of your sphere. Solid. Authentic. Imagine walking into a room while feeling this alignment. You're not scanning for approval. You're not concerned how other people are perceiving the moment. You're not adjusting yourself before anyone even speaks. You're just simply present. You're you. Your posture reflects quiet confidence. Your breath reflects ease. If someone smiles, you receive it warmly. If someone disagrees, you remain steady. Your value doesn't shift according to their reaction. In this state, connection becomes an exchange between two whole beings rather than a negotiation for safety. And picture yourself caring for someone from this place. That warmth in the chest feels expansive, yet it's clean. You're not gripping. You're not clinging. You're not editing yourself to maintain the bond. You're offering your true shape. And that true shape is perfect. If the other person resonates, the connection deepens naturally. If they don't, the space remains intact, you remain whole. This is how authentic attraction works. It's structural, it's energetic. It's two coherent systems recognizing alignment. All those other definitions of what love is about, it's distorted. It's all branded, packaged beautifully, promising you this union of expansion, intimacy. But it's anything but that. So let this experience today, what we've done, really imprint inside your body as a new reference point. The brain learns through repetition. The nervous system learns through lived experience. So each time you remain in your shape while staying warm, the body records that love. And authenticity can coexist. There's no need for a persona. There's no need for performance. There's simply presence. That presence let that presence be the matchmaker. You will attract people who have signed up to your authentic self, not signed up to this persona. Mm-hmm. I'm going to leave you here. You can stay here. You can listen to this again. Observe. Be aware. Always come back to the center of your sphere and the center of your body. It's where you are. It's your authentic self. Let that be the calling card to the world. And with that, I'll see everybody next week.